What's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and this time we're 8-0 in this Grand Challenge, so an incredible start. We can afford to lose a couple games and still get the 12 wins, but of course we're going to try to get the 12-0, and what I'm using is this new bridge spam deck. It just came out, I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago. I believe the first person to use it, I could be wrong, but I think the first person to use it and get a bunch of like recognition and, you know, everyone saw them using it was Mugi. He was 34-1 in the global tournament in it, which is absolutely insane. And then I saw a bunch of people after that using it on ladder, a bunch of people winning grand challenges with it. And the first thing you're going to notice about this deck is it doesn't have any direct damage spell. It, of course, only has the Barbarian Barrel, which isn't a guarantee to get damage on your opponent's tower. So you're going to have to get damage with all of your other cards. But luckily, all these cards are great at getting chip damage on your opponent's towers. Cannon card, obviously, so good at, you know, having a chance of getting a lock on your other person's tower. It's such an annoying card to deal with. You have a Fireball Bait aspect to this deck. You know, you have the Cannon card, you have the Magic Archer, as well as the Ewiz. Bandit, of course, can break through, get a dash on towers. Ghost is great at getting on top of towers as well. It pairs so well with the Battle Ram. It's also great at now sniping buildings that are in the middle because, of course, it can go through the river now. Heal Spirit healing everything up, and Ewiz is so great on defense. It's good for Sparky. A lot of bridge spam decks that don't have Ewiz really struggle for Sparky, but the Ewiz allows you to beat those decks. And then Magic Archer, of course, for additional chip damage. So before we get in the first game, if you guys want to support me, you can use my creator code Boss. You can use it in any Supercell game. Help support me, help support the channel, and I really appreciate all you guys who do use my code. It means a lot. So let's go ahead and get into the first game. As I said, we are 8-0. We're going to see if we can get this 12 win. Maybe we can even get the 12-0. It's been a while since I've got 12-0. The last GC I actually played, I got 12 wins, but it was a 12-2. I think a 12-0, it's been a few weeks since I've gotten like a flawless one. So we'll see if I can make it happen. All right, we'll go for a Magic Archer in the back. He's going to have a Fireball. I mean, that could be a lot of different things. Fireball is used a lot in this meta, so we'll just cycle a Ghost in the back. This is definitely a deck you want to play in single. Elixir, bridge spam decks in general you want to play in single. I'm going to Battle Ram behind it because he's just doing nothing, and like he leaked 3 Elixir. So he's going to have Guards and a Fireball and an Inferno Drag. I mean, what this is telling me is it's most likely going to be probably a Lava deck. So that balloon is going to get 1 connection because the Magic Archer doesn't quite do enough DPS, but I'm honestly completely fine with that. I mean, he did use a lot of Elixir. We have some pressure coming in here, and he does go for the Fireball Zap, so he does manage to stop the Cannon Cart from locking on the tower, but he had to spend a lot of Elixir to do so, so honestly I'm fine with that. And now we know what he's using, so we need to make sure that we, if possible, save the Magic Archer for the balloon. Or if we do use our Magic Archer to defend the balloon, we need to space it out so we can't Fireball this tower and the Magic Archer. Okay, I'm going to go for a Battle Ram. Ghost is going to go in front of it, stay in front of it. Let's see what he does here. He might go for Guards, but instead he's going to decide to go for a Valkyrie. I was thinking of playing a Magic Archer to get chip and snipe the Valkyrie, but I think it might have been a little bit of an overcommitment, so I decided not to. And we did a nice job there of spacing everything out, so he's not going to get too much damage there. He's going to allow the Cannon Cart to lock on the tower, so maybe this is where we should potentially go for maybe the 3 crown even. Okay, so nice. The Cannon Cart's going to lock on for even more damage. And we're going to try to rush him here. Cannon Cart is going to lock on, and we are going to manage to 3 crown him. Okay, that was a pretty crazy game. I really had to focus there at the end, but you can see That's exactly what you want to do when you're versus Lava Hound decks, because obviously you don't have a lot of air defense with you only having the Magic Archer as well as the Electro, the Ewiz. You can end up having a pretty difficult time stopping Lava Hound pushes, so what you need to do in that situation is what I did. You rush them in the opposite lane, and you got to try to hope you get a 3 crown, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, he just got overwhelmed with his only ground cards being the Valkyrie and the guards. It was really difficult for him to deal with it. Okay, but anyway, we'll see what this guy's using here. He's got the Fisherman and the Ewiz, probably looking like RG. RG's pretty popular in the meta. A lot of people are still using it. Oh, looks like I was wrong. It's going to be Mega Knight. So we'll see what kind of Mega Knight deck he has. I'm not entirely sure yet. Fisherman does go down, which is really good. And do we have a Bandit, of course, for the counter push. So yeah, we'll see what this guy has. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm going to go a little aggressive here because he doesn't have his Mega Knight in rotation. I believe he needs to play one more card. So he is back to it now, but he's going to play an Ewiz instead. Hopefully that... Okay, nice. I was going to say hopefully it got one more hit so it gets taken out. Okay, we got to relax now because I believe he's up... not a ton, but probably 2 elixir, I want to say. Maybe only 1. I feel like he's leaking right now. Maybe not, but I find it hard to believe that. Although he did spend a lot of elixir on defense, but I just thought that he would have been up at least 1 or 2 because of how aggressive I was. But clearly I wasn't paying attention. So I want to apply opposite lane pressure because I don't really want him to build up, you know, a massive push. Oh, the Heal Spirit is going to heal that up. He might go for an Ewiz on the cannon cart, so I want to Bandit in the opposite lane. But yeah, with this deck, dual lane pressure is really, really important because it kind of keeps your opponent on their toes and it's often overwhelms them and it's difficult for them to deal with the dual lane pressure. So he is going into Fisherman. I don't think that activates the King Tower. Yeah, it died anyway before it even hit again. So I'm once again going to go for a Battle Ram to just, you know, keep applying pressure. And we'll see what he wants to do here. He's going to go for a Graveyard, which we don't have a ton of answers for, so I think we need to make sure that we're keeping up the pressure here. And this Mega Knight, even though he played a Mega Knight and is going to get some value, we're going to force a lot of elixir out of him in the opposite lane of where he has the most damage, and then this Magic Archer is going to line up as well. So, honestly, not too shabby. I'm fine with how that worked out, because if he gets a little bit of damage in our left lane, it doesn't matter too much. Oh, and look at that Heal Spirit healing that up. I think I might let the Mega Knight. Yeah, that was bad. I shouldn't have let the Mega Knight lock on. I didn't realize he was going to go for a Graveyard in the left lane. I thought he was going to play it in the right lane. But yeah, that wasn't really the best defense. I think I could have won that too, but the Mega Knight did get him a lot of value, but at the same time, it wasn't really the best defense on my end. But yeah, it doesn't really matter anyways because it was only our first loss, so we just need to win 3 more games from this point and then we'll be fine. So hopefully we can find a game quickly. We can actually close out of the game and go back in. Sometimes that makes the queue go faster. Alright, here we go. So we finally found another game. I'm probably going to edit out the search times this video because that took about it was about 2 minutes to find the game, I think, maybe 3. So I like making the first play with this deck. I think I'm just gonna bar barrel, you know, nothing crazy, just to force a response out of him. Looks like he went for a ghost anyway. So potentially a mirror match, because a lot of people are using this deck. It looks like he's got a Hunter. I don't think it's Mega Knight this time because he has... Because that last guy didn't have Ghost in the Mega Knight deck. I think this is probably... I think this time it's RG, like I initially thought last time. We will see, though. Oh, it's Mega Knight again? Interesting. Okay. I mean, not too bad. And then the bandit's gonna force elixir out of him. Okay, so we have a chance to redeem ourselves from the last game, because of course we lost to Mega Knight our last game, so if we play better this time, we could win. Gotta first figure out what his, what his spell is. Like, does he have, poison? Does he have a fireball? So he does have a fireball. Okay, nice heal spirit healing up the ghost. And then I kind of want to know like what his wing edition is, because if he's got a fireball, I gotta assume he probably doesn't have a graveyard. So I don't know what his... it's gonna be a Ram Rider. Ooh, I think that was a really bad fireball, because I don't know how he's gonna stop this, in all honesty. So he does go for the Mega Knight. But look at the Barbarian on the other... Okay, we can go for some Dueling Pressure here. Yeah, this, I think, is going to overwhelm him. Okay, and he just went for the... He doesn't have enough elixir to play a Mega Knight. Okay, he's definitely getting overwhelmed here. Okay, let's Magic Archer. Okay, I think we should be fine. Okay, nice, guys. Wow, so we did redeem ourselves from last game, because, of course, the last game we lost to a Mega Knight deck, but I think we played better that time. We did a really good job of applying pressure, and even though he got a lot of damage with his Mega Knight, because the Mega Knight didn't end up going for the cannon cart, we were able to build a big counter push and overwhelm him, and he got in a horrible situation that he just couldn't get out of, because you saw we just kept applying pressure, and there was really no way for him to get an elixir advantage over me when he just continued to have to spend so much elixir on defense. But yeah, here we go. We're 10-1 right now. We found a game versus Saturn. We'll go ahead and Bandit in the back. Let's see what he wants to do from there. He's got a Heal Spirit. He's got a fisherman, so lots of fishermen. We'll go for a magic archer, see what his spell is. Okay, so it looks like he is going to have a fireball. So I mean, if I had to guess, I would assume it's RG, but of course the last game was Mega Knight, so it could potentially be another Mega Knight deck, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to verse Mega Knight 3 times in a row. I feel like that would be pretty crazy, especially considering RG is way more popular in the meta. So that's going to get pulled. I mean, overall, I guess it's okay because... Right, he's going to go for a ghost. Guess I'll just heal spirit. Yep, and there's the RG. Had a feeling that that's what it was. And, you know, I gotta say, very, very aggressive RG. You know, I almost wonder if he's going to be able to defend this now. And I'm, of course, going to go for dual lane pressure, as always. Very, very good to do with this deck. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I think he lost. I don't know how he's going to defend this. You know, and you can see he pretty much didn't defend. He got completely destroyed there. I'm going to Cannon Cart because he doesn't have, you know, with his cycle, I knew it was going to be good. He didn't really have the correct responses in rotation. And, I mean, just like that, we've already... I mean, at this point, it's impossible for us to not take, you know, the right tower with how low it is. All we really need is one Magic Archer connection or just, you know... Could have maybe even gotten it off there, but I guess it's okay because I just feel like overall, off of a counter push, we can end up just getting damage sooner or later. Because the ghosts are quite annoying for him to deal with. Yep, he messed up the heal spirit. Ghost is going to go on the tower. And yeah, like I said, one way or another we were going to get damaged just because of how many ways we have of getting chip with this deck. And yeah, he's going to give up. Really nice and easy win. Part of the reason why this bridge spam deck became so popular the last few days is because it does a really nice job of beating RG. Even though you don't have a ton of DPS... I mean, whenever someone goes in for an RG and you play like a Cannon Cart on it, like a Bandit, Ewiz, whatever, they're spending 6 elixir, they have 6 less elixir to defend that massive counter push. And if you're spacing everything out and going for dual lane pressure, they're not going to be able to fireball everything. So, you know, long story short, they're just going to be overwhelmed, and that's exactly what happened to him, earlier in that game. So we're 11-1 right now. We just need one more win, and we, of course, can afford to lose a game. So feeling pretty solid here because, I mean, I feel like we're way more, of course, likely to win one game than lose both of them. I mean, statistically speaking, too, that's, of course, what's more likely to happen. So, but yeah, of course, we still need to play well, and ideally we want to try to get a good matchup. Not even sure what the worst matchup would be with this deck. Probably Expo. I just feel like Expo, you know, with you not having a big spell, that would be annoying because they can just play defensive Expos, and if they know what they're doing, I don't think you're going to be able to break through. So, alright, here we go, guys. So we found potentially our last game. It took only a couple minutes to find this game, which isn't too bad. I'm of course going to edit out the search time though, because earlier in the GC, I think it was like at 9 or 10 wins, it took about 3 minutes to find it. So Bar Barrel and a Knight. Okay, could be Graveyard. I'm gonna go Magic Archer here because we're gonna get at least a couple shots in. Oh, we're gonna get more than a couple. Wow, that's quite a lot of damage. He didn't have the reaction time there or the correct cards in rotation. That was a bad heal spirit. I think I ended up playing it a little bit too late. If I played it a little earlier, I think it would have healed up the Cannon Cart and it would have counter pushed. So it's kind of unfortunate that I didn't end up. Anyway, let's just go for a Battle Ram because that Bar Putt isn't going to pull it. And he's going to have to spend quite a lot of elixir to deal with that, so that was definitely a pretty good battle ram. Might have to get ready to defend if he goes for a graveyard. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I'm going to go for a ghost because it has a little bit more HP than a... Whoa, 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 whoa. If you guys are wondering why I'm saying whoa, is because I was not expecting him to go for a graveyard like that. He's going to get some damage, but... I wonder... Oh, I didn't line up them. There we go. Yeah, I was not expecting him to graveyard. That was really, really aggressive, but he ended up getting damage off of it, so it wasn't a bad play. But that was... Is he going to poison? No, he's not going to poison. Probably because he knew it would be too aggressive and the counter push might have been a little difficult for him to deal with. I think we could maybe go for a battle ram. Okay. But yeah, if we lose this, no shame in losing it, because I feel like this is a really difficult matchup overall. But we'll see if we can find a way to break through, potentially. Oh my gosh, guys, I think we might have done it. Wow! Look at both of my towers, they were so low. Wow. I mean, wow. I mean, what more can I say? Like, that's just the perfect reaction for the end of that game. Oh my gosh. Like, I know we only had one loss, so, like, if we still lost that, it would have been okay. But, I mean, I'm really happy that, like, we came back and won that, because we were down the majority of that game. And what's surprising is Barbara Graveyard usually is really broken in Triple Elixir, but in Triple Elixir is when we found a way to come back. And I think the reason why was because that last Graveyard was really greedy and really aggressive, and had he just set up for a Barb Hut, he probably would have just been able to defend and walk it with more tower HP. But when he went for that Graveyard and gave me a chance to counter push off of it, I think that was where he really messed up. But he was in control that whole game until that, like, the final 30 seconds. You know, that was crazy. Well, let's go. Let's go ahead and open up this chest, you know, get those star points. I'm pretty close to getting all my cards. There's only a couple. Mirror's one of them. You know, we could just do the fire spirits right here and start the rascals, but I mean, pretty much it's just mirror, rascals, fire spirits. Maybe there's one other that I'm missing, but yeah, the executioner. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Make sure to like the video if you guys did enjoy it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Let me know what other decks you guys want me to play grand challenges with. I'll probably, you know, maybe do 1 or 2 more videos winning a grand challenge with another deck before the season ends, because of course, you know, like the last few days of the season, I'd normally do grand challenge videos instead of, you know, live ladder, like when I'm insanely high up, because I really like to focus on the games. But anyway, that's going to be it. Thanks again. Until next time, guys.